Today, I'll be talking about the relationship between scrupulosity and Christian apologetics. Now, scrupulosity, also known as religious OCD, is a subtype of obsessive-compulsive disorder that involves excessive anxiety, doubts, and distress about religious or moral beliefs and practices. Christian apologetics is the defense of the truth of the Christian faith. Now, how do these two things connect? Well, for individuals with scrupulosity, some of their obsessions and compulsions can center around topics relating to Christian apologetics. This can include, but is not limited to, unwanted doubts relating to the historical, rational, and moral arguments for the existence of the Christian God. The one with scrupulosity may have doubts about the truth and moral goodness of the Bible, or they may have doubts about Jesus and his resurrection. These doubts can be incredibly distressing and lead the one with scrupulosity to perform compulsions like obsessively researching, or they might constantly ask a religious leader questions. And these are both forms of reassurance seeking, which is a common OCD compulsion. These are just a few examples of how individuals with scrupulosity try to gain relief from their anxiety. Now, here's the catch. The relief that they get is temporary, and when they feed their obsessions, they just keep the OCD cycle going. It's like a hamster wheel. They get an obsession, an intrusive thought, image, or urge. They perform the compulsion. Maybe that compulsion is going to a religious leader, asking them a question, and then they get that temporary relief. They're like, "Ooh," and then they're like, "Oh, I have another obsession," and then it just keeps going, y'all, and it's so overwhelming. Now, it's normal to want to research and study to see if believing in Christ is truly reasonable. However, for individuals with scrupulosity, they become overcome by their intrusive thoughts and have trouble resisting their compulsions that provide them temporary relief. People with religious OCD will spend a great deal of time performing compulsions to try to gain a sense of control and certainty. But it's important to note that you do not have to be 100% certain to put your faith in Christ. Also, it's valuable to learn to be gentle with yourself and not beat yourself up when you're struggling with intense doubts. There were many people in the Bible who struggled with doubts. To name a few, Abraham, Sarah, John the Baptist, Thomas, David. So you are not alone in these struggles. I asked pastor and apologist Bobby Conway a question on Mrs. Tytus's live stream, and I'll make sure I'll leave the link in the description along with the timestamp. And the question I asked was, any advice for Christians trying to navigate through doubts without doing it in an obsessive-compulsive manner? And in summary, Pastor Bobby Conway said that sometimes doubts can feel like a game of whack-a-mole, and he said that his relationship with God started to feel like a lifelong Q&A session, and he knew that it was more than that. One thing he said that I thought was very wise is he said that you have to learn how not to always take the cheddar. In other words, how not to always take the bait of your intrusive doubts. Also, you don't have to know everything about Christianity to make an informed decision. OCD will try to demand your attention. And you know what? You don't have to answer. You can start with one or two topics at a time that give you trouble instead of answering to OCD's beck and call. You don't have to always research when obsessions pop up in your mind. Oh, I gotta research. You can just learn to breathe and focus on one thing. You don't have to be scatterbrained. Oh, I need to research this. Oh, I need to do that. I need to ask this religious leader that. You can learn to embrace not having all the control. Embrace not knowing everything. You do not have to know everything. You do not have to have the answer to everything. But you can do what's in your control, and you can learn to starve your compulsions. I pray that this video was a blessing to whoever watched it, and if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I love y'all so much. Have an amazing day. Bye.